The opening week of this World Cup has delivered two very different stories. On the pitch, fans have witnessed exciting football, unforgettable moments, and packed stadiums. Away from the game, however, several important issues have continued to attract attention. The tournament has become a mix of sporting success and growing debate, making it far more complex than many expected before kickoff. The football itself has been outstanding. Supporters have enjoyed dramatic matches, unexpected results, and emotional performances from both famous stars and smaller nations. Every match day has produced memorable moments that remind people why the World Cup remains the biggest stage in football. Stadiums have also welcomed huge crowds, with attendance figures reaching record levels during the first week. Those numbers suggest that fan interest remains incredibly strong despite concerns raised before the competition began. Yet the excitement inside the stadiums does not erase the discussions taking place outside them. One of the biggest concerns has been public safety and the wider social situation in the host countries. Earlier incidents involving civilians and law enforcement received worldwide attention before the tournament even started. Those events influenced how many international supporters viewed the competition and led to fresh debates about whether traveling to the World Cup was the right decision for everyone. Several well-known voices within football also expressed concern, arguing that supporters should carefully consider the situation before making travel plans. As a result, conversations about safety, responsibility, and the image of the tournament became almost as important as the football itself. From the very beginning, this World Cup has carried two different narratives, one celebrating incredible football and another questioning everything happening beyond the pitch. Tournament has been the challenge many supporters faced while trying to attend the matches. Qualifying for the World Cup is a dream for every nation, but for thousands of fans, reaching the host countries proved far more difficult than expected. Visa delays, travel restrictions, and entry requirements created obstacles that prevented many families from watching their teams in person. Several players openly shared their disappointment. They explained that representing their country on football's biggest stage should also mean celebrating with the people who have supported them throughout their journey. Some athletes revealed that even close family members were unable to travel because of administrative barriers. These stories reminded the football world that success on the field does not always guarantee equal opportunities for supporters in the stands. Weather also became an unexpected challenge during the opening week. Heavy rain affected some host cities, while others experienced cooler conditions or rapidly changing temperatures. Although modern stadiums protected the matches themselves, supporters attending fan zones or leaving venues often had to deal with difficult conditions. Organizers continued adapting their plans, but the changing climate highlighted how unpredictable a tournament spread across multiple cities can become. These issues did not stop the football from entertaining millions of viewers, yet they demonstrated that hosting a global event involves far more than what happens during 90 minutes on the pitch. Every logistical challenge added another layer to an already complicated tournament. Beyond travel and weather, international organizations continued discussing broader human rights concerns connected to the tournament. Reports published before and during the competition raised questions about public demonstrations, immigration policies, and security measures introduced around several host cities. While officials described these actions as necessary for safety, critics argued that they could affect the rights of local communities and visiting supporters. Residents in some cities also expressed concerns about the long-term impact of hosting such a massive sporting event. Discussions surrounding housing costs, infrastructure projects, and public resources became part of the wider World Cup conversation. These debates showed that an event watched by billions can influence everyday life far beyond the stadium gates. Another issue attracting attention was officiating. Several controversial VAR decisions quickly became major talking points across television broadcasts and social media. Fans, former players, and football analysts questioned whether similar incidents were being judged consistently from one match to another. Whenever a key decision changes the outcome of a game, confidence in the competition naturally becomes part of the discussion. Although refereeing mistakes are not unique to this World Cup, Repeated controversies during the opening week encouraged supporters to demand greater transparency and consistency. For many fans, trust in officiating remains essential if every result is to be accepted without unnecessary doubt. 95. After 1 week, the World Cup presents two realities that exist side by side. On one hand, the football has exceeded expectations with thrilling matches, emotional moments, and impressive attendance figures that prove the tournament continues to capture global attention. Players have created unforgettable memories, and supporters around the world have celebrated the beauty of the game. On the other hand, the concerns discussed throughout the opening week have not disappeared. Questions surrounding travel access, public safety, human rights, weather challenges, and refereeing remain part of the tournament's overall story. These topics continue alongside the football rather than replacing it, creating a competition that is remembered for both its excitement and its controversies. Ultimately, every World Cup is judged by more than the team that lifts the trophy. The atmosphere, organization, fairness, and experience of supporters all become part of its legacy. Whether this tournament is remembered mainly for outstanding football or for the debates surrounding it will depend on what happens in the weeks ahead. One thing is certain, the story is still unfolding. Every match, every decision, and every headline has the power to shape how history looks back on this World Cup long after the final whistle has blown.